Playoff clarity in Week 12. The weekend features 4 games that will go a long way to defining the 12-team playoff field. No. 11 Oklahoma made the biggest splash with a shocking upset of No. 4 Alabama in Tuscaloosa. The win keeps U's playoff hopes alive while inserting some chaos into the SEC title picture. The drama began early Saturday as No. 3 Texas A&M fell behind 30-3 to South Carolina at halftime before completing a furious rally to come away with a 31-30 win at home. 2 Big Ten teams had to fight to keep their playoff hopes alive, with No. 17 USC rallying to knock off No. 21 Iowa at home and No. 18 Michigan beating unranked Northwestern on a last-second field goal. What else does Week 12 have in store? Here's how to watch college football this week. No. 10 Texas at No. 5 Georgia, 7:30 p.m. ABC. Do Texas's playoff hopes hinge on a win in Athens? They'll need to keep Arch Manning upright. He was sacked 6 times in a loss to Florida on October 4 and took 8 sacks combined in OT wins over Kentucky and Mississippi State. Georgia's offense has found a bit of a rhythm in recent weeks, but the Longhorns' defense is one of the best in the nation and allows only 16.4 points per game. Live 101 update. Sanford Stadium, GA. Arch Manning not getting much help from WRs. The Texas QB just delivered 3 perfect passes and all 3 were dropped by his receivers. The Bulldogs now have the ball back. Ohio State cruising in LA. The No. 1 Buckeyes aren't having any trouble with UCLA so far as QB Julian Sayin calmly finds Bryson Rodgers for this 11-yard TD throw on 4th down. Ohio State 17, UCLA 0. Utah rolling at Baylor. No. 13 Utes are running over Baylor so far. Wayshawn Parker goes 64 yards to the house on this run. Utah 28, Baylor 10. Touchdown Georgia. The Bulldogs are in the end zone again after a lengthy drive culminates in another short TD pass from Gunnar Stockton to Noah Thomas. The highlight of the drive was this catch and run by Zachariah Branch. Georgia 14, Texas 3. End of Q1. Georgia 7, Texas 3. The Bulldogs are driving as the first quarter comes to a close. They have it at the Texas 38-yard line. Georgia gets ball back. The Longhorns weren't able to do much with the ensuing possession, so Gunnar Stockton and the Bulldogs will have it back with just over 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. Gators back in front. This game is off to a wild start. Florida answers with another big play as DJ Lagway finds J. Michael Sturdivant for a 57-yard touchdown toss. Florida 21, Ole Miss 17. Touchdown Georgia. The Bulldogs have struck back with a TD drive. Gunnar Stockton found Noah Thomas in the end zone for a 17-yard touchdown. Georgia 7, Texas 3. Ole Miss retakes the lead. Trinidad Chambliss throws a strike to Dizon Sturibling, who goes 43 yards to the end zone on 3rd and 10. Rebels are back in front. Ole Miss 17, Florida 14. Georgia on the march. The Bulldogs are moving the ball with ease on the ensuing drive. They're now inside the red zone. Texas on the board first. The Longhorns cobbled together a solid opening drive, but it fizzled out in the red zone and they had to settle for a field goal to open things up. Texas 3, Georgia 0. Florida punches back. The Gators score a touchdown, then follow with Jaden Woods' interception return to the Ole Miss 5. Florida right back in it with a shot to take the lead. Utah PICK 6. The Utes are rolling early in Baylor after this PICK 6 by Elijah Davis. Texas will have the ball first in Athens. Ole Miss out of the gate strong. The Rebels are out to a quick 10-point lead after scoring on its first 2 drives, including a 3-yard TD run by Kewan Lacey. Ole Miss 10, Florida 0. We are moments away from kickoff in the marquee game of the night between Texas and Georgia. AQ stuns Memphis. The Tigers are all but out of the CFP picture after a baffling loss to East Carolina on Saturday. Bama fans aren't used to losing at home. Oklahoma's clinching play over Alabama. Here was the winning play for the Sooners and Alabama QB Ty Simpson's pass to Ryan Williams is knocked away on 4th down. Final. Georgia Tech 36, Boston College 34. The No. 16 Yellow Jackets hang on to avoid the upset and remain tied atop the ACC standings. Final. Oklahoma 23, Alabama 21. The No. 11 Sooners pull off the upset in Tuscaloosa. Alabama turnover on downs. Oklahoma breaks up the Alabama pass on 4th and 6 and the Sooners take over with 50 seconds to play. Sooners on the verge of a huge upset. Georgia Tech takes the lead. A long Tech drive leads to Aiden Burr's 23-yard go-ahead field goal with just 11 seconds left. Georgia Tech 36, Boston College 34. Bama converts on 4th and 1. Alabama ran a tricky reverse Ross to Lazier Brooks and it works to move the chains and keep the Tide alive at the 2-minute timeout. First down at the Bama 44. Alabama trying to rally. The offense has slowed down significantly for the Tide, who haven't scored since their opening drive of the second half. They're trailing by 2 with the ball and under 4 minutes to play. Final. USC 26, Iowa 21. The No. 17 Trojans rally for the win to keep their playoff hopes alive. A massive matchup at Oregon looms next week. Boston College back in front. The Eagles aren't going away quietly as they quickly answer with Turbo Richard's 43-yard touchdown run. It's a 1-point lead after a failed 2-point try. Boston College 34, Georgia Tech 33, 4:09 to play. Georgia Tech takes the lead. Jordan Allen breaks free for a 54-yard touchdown run and the Yellow Jackets are in front. Georgia Tech 33, Boston College 28. Iowa turnover on downs. Iowa WR Kattenwetjen was unable to keep his toe in bounds on a deep pass on 4th down that would have been a 1st and goal. USC gets it back on the other side of the 2-minute warning. That may very well have been Iowa's last shot. Georgia Tech touchdown. Jamal Haynes scores on 2-yard TD run, but the 2-point try comes up short, so BC maintains a 2-point lead. Boston College 28, Georgia Tech 26, 7:33 to play. Oklahoma kicks go-ahead FG. The Sooners got inside the Bama 10-yard line but couldn't find the end zone. Either way, a chip shot field goal gives them the lead early in the 4th. Oklahoma 23, Alabama 21. Oklahoma forces Alabama fumble. Taylor Ween knocked the ball loose from Alabama QB Ty Simpson and the Sooners, Kendall Daniels falls on it. OU gets the ball at the Bama 28. Georgia Tech cuts into Boston College's lead. A field goal makes it a one-score game early in the 4th. Boston College 28, Georgia Tech 20. USC takes the lead. Trojans take advantage of the interception and punch in the touchdown on Brian Jackson's 1-yard run. USC has its first lead of the game early in the 4th quarter.